this edition of News Leader on 6. I'm Jim Fuller. In tonight's news, the World War II hangar at the Tullahoma Airport has been sold. Tullahoma Fire Marshal Richard Steiner has a retirement celebration, and January is Human Trafficking Awareness Month. We'll have all these stories and more on tonight's News Leader on 6.
Now open in Tullahoma, Parkview Senior Living, a luxurious retirement community designed for active seniors. Choose an apartment home that's truly inspired and have peace of mind knowing our caring and friendly staff is dedicated to your safety and well-being. We offer an abundance of amenities and services, and you're not required to buy in or be locked into anything. Call us today to learn more about our new Tullahoma location.
This is the face of a fighter.
I'm fighting to keep Tennesseans working.
I'm fighting for time with my friends.
I'm fighting for football on Saturday.
I'm fighting to see my students back in the classroom.
We're fighting for our small business.
I'm fighting to keep my family safe.
Whatever you're fighting for, it's time for all Tennesseans to fight back. Until there's a vaccine for COVID-19, this is the face of a fighter. Face it, masks fight COVID-19.
I'm Philip Bourne, Stanley Knapp Detail Shop Manager. Here are a few things our customers have to say about our service.
What I love most about the Stan McNabb Detail Shop is there's someone local that I can trust to pick up my car, have it cleaned, and deliver it back to me in showroom condition.
What really amazed me is when he opened the hood and looked like he had taken the old engine out and put a new engine inside.
We have several different packages and individual services to get your vehicle looking like new again. We're located just behind Stan McNabb Chevrolet dealership. Call today, schedule an appointment, and see what the difference our detail can make.
Welcome back. The old World War II era hangar at the Tullahoma Municipal Airport has been sold to a new company and plans to refurbish the hangar and utilize it to house 3 new businesses for the Tullahoma area. The announcement of the sale of the hangar was made Tuesday by Lynchburg Machine Tool Incorporated CEO Mike Williamson, along with city, airport, and local economic development officials. The nearly $1 million project will consist of 3 new companies, with the expansion of Lynchburg Machine Tools operation from nearby Moore County being the anchor. In addition to the machine operations, Williamson will be offering hangar space for corporate and general aviation aircraft. General maintenance will be available to locally stationed aircraft as well as transient planes. Plans are also being developed for the FAA repair station pending FAA approval. An existing flight school on the field, Tullahoma Aviation Company, will also be located in the facility, offering flight training for private and commercial pilots. The company will be renaming the facility that is being located to the Tullahoma Airport to reflect its new location. The new name will be released soon. Williamson reiterated that he plans to restore the 75-year-old facility to as much of its original look as possible. He said, quote, "We want to restore as closely as possible the outside of the building to its original look while adding interior build-outs that will upgrade the capabilities of our new operation," end quote. The news of the project was great news for Tullahoma Municipal Airport. Manager John Glass was enthusiastic about the approval of the project. He said, quote, "We believe that this project will not only restore one of our airport's iconic images, but will offer additional needed services to our customers for years to come," end quote. Tullahoma Mayor Ray Noyes also applauded the project announcement and congratulated Williamson for his investment in the community. Williamson thanked Matt Layton of First Vision Bank, which provided financing for the project, and the building's current owners, the Harton Family Partnership, and its general manager, Joe Lester. The Tullahoma Area Economic Development Corporation congratulated Williams and all local leaders and expressed belief that this project is a symbol of many people working together. Stay with us. We'll be right back in a moment with more News Leader on 6.
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
Here at Stan McNabb Collision Center, we work with all major insurance companies, and we get the job done right the first time, on time.
Well, I grew up in Tullahoma. We'd always done business with Stan McNabb, so when we needed collision service after a run-in with a deer, we knew to call those guys. We already had trust with them. We called Cody. He took great care of us. He kept us posted every step of the way, and we couldn't have been more pleased.
Getting your vehicle back to pre-loss condition shouldn't be a headache. So in the event of an accident, contact me, Cody Hall, at Stan McNabb Collision Center.
Welcome back. We continue tonight with coverage from Tullahoma Fire Marshal Richard Steiner's retirement reception last Friday. In this segment, Richard hears from several Tullahoma firemen who have stories and presentations.
I'm a man of few words, but I'm going to try to get through this. Whoever replaces this man, I mean, has got some pretty big shoes to fill, and I believe Chief Kimbrough could do it, but this guy has done a lot. Personally, true friend, a mentor, always willing to teach, and it didn't even have to be about the fire service. I mean, this guy is full of knowledge, and it extends way beyond the fire service. To his community, I couldn't tell you how much of an asset Steiner is to the city of Tullahoma and the Tullahoma Fire Department. I mean, the hydrant testing, the fire reports, the pre-plans, the fire calls, I mean, the list goes on. He's just an asset beyond. So I could keep going on as far as being an asset to the city and Tullahoma Fire Department. And this guy has also served his country, retired from the Air Force. We all wish you luck, and God bless you. This plaque, it says, "Thank you for your service on behalf of the Tullahoma Fire Department. Deputy Fire Marshal Richard Steiner, retired June 5, 1995 to January 24, 2021.
Really, nothing you said the same way. You're a wealth of knowledge. Your attitude and willingness to be there to help, to assist, even if it's not your position, I mean, we're going to be at a loss. You have big shoes to fill in. And I know we have a good person coming up, but everybody knows we're going to be at a loss for you. We went together, we put together a flag. We figured maybe you could enjoy this in your home somewhere. I know you had military service, so we put that there as well.
Many of you are aware that the Tullahoma Fire Department has a Challenge Coin program, and the intent of our Challenge Coin program is to recognize and honor individuals who exemplify our common values. These core concepts are community, dedication, tradition, and sacrifice. They're the foundation of the Tullahoma Fire Department, and these words are prominently displayed upon our coin. This coin is an emblem of the Tullahoma Fire Department, and we trust all those who possess it will constantly be reminded of these values. So, Mr. Steiner, it is my pleasure to present you with your challenge coin, presented to Richard Steiner, Deputy Fire Marshal from 1995 to 2021, in honor of your service to the Tullahoma Fire Department, signed Chief Richard Chastain on this date, January 22nd, 2021. Kind of ironic, you said you and your wife have been together for 46 years? Yes. We're presenting you with coin number 46. In recognition partially for your 20 years as in service to the United States military, United States Air Force, and your almost 21 years, or did I get that right? Almost 26 years in service to the Tullahoma Fire Department. So I present you with your coin, sir. Thank you for your service.
I've been with the fire department for 20 years and have had the pleasure of spending many years with Mr. Steiner. Mr. Steiner kind of helped me get into the inspection business. I decided I wanted to try to go do the inspector test, so we spent a lot of time together talking about inspections, doing different inspector type duties. Then every year we got to go to the conference together, which I will have to tell you, you cannot sleep in the car with him. He just will not let you. There's no possible way to go to sleep. So we started out, one day I decided I'd record him. So I took this recording of him just, excuse me, I'm sorry, Mr. Steiner, that doesn't mean nothing. A wealth of knowledge, believe me. He, like Ed was saying, he has so much knowledge, and it's not just about the fire service. It's about a lot of things.
And he likes to talk.
I'm shy.
So I recorded him, and I sent it to a friend of mine. I said, this is what I'm dealing with. Of course, I got a lot of LOLs, laughing out loud. And I told Mr. Steiner I did it so that he would understand it. And he's like, you recorded me? And I said, yes, sir, I recorded you. He said, oh, okay. So, Mr. Steiner, we're going to miss you quite a bit. I know Mr. Nick Kimbrough, who's going to be the new Deputy Fire Marshal, has a lot of big shoes to fill. And I think he's up to the task, but it's going to take him a while. What I've done is we decided to put the picture together for you this morning. So we got you a picture. Thank you.
More news is coming up in a moment.
It's not invoice. It's not MSRP. It's not Christmas Day, although it may feel like it. It's the lowest prices in Middle Tennessee, period. Get to Stan McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram or Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac before these prices are gone forever.
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
Welcome back. In our final segment about Tullahoma Fire Marshal Richard Steiner's retirement, we hear from Tullahoma Police Chief Jason Williams and retired Tullahoma Assistant Fire Chief Tim Stubblefield and about their relations they had with Steiner.
I would just like to thank you for your years of service to the city of Tullahoma as well. As I've made the transition in to the police chief position here, I've been really overwhelmed with a lot of partnerships and people reaching out to me, especially coming into office. Coming from the fire department and all the fire staff, that has been nothing short of exemplary. When saying, hey, if you need anything, we're here for you. We serve a lot of the same functions when it comes to this community and serving and protecting the community. And I just want to thank you for your service here, and thank you on a personal level because I remember you coming into the police department one day after I'd been in there shortly and just introduced yourself and said, hey, I'm here for you. If you need anything, you let me know. And I know you truly meant that. So thank you for your years of service. And I'm going to present him with a TPD challenge.
Y'all look at me. Do I look like him? I don't think so. I don't think so. He calls me to rarely ever get out. Just because of that. No. I'll be out riding around in my truck, vehicle, whatever we drive around in, and people will pull up. Every once in a while, I'll be a contractor and ask me a question, inspecting question, and that would be what I'd throw back at them. Do I look like Richard? And then they look back and say, "You're not Richard." I said, "Well, if you want me to get out of this truck," and went from there. Of course, most of the time I knew the contractor. You know, I knew the contractor, but obviously they didn't know me. So, I mean, and people would come up, I got mistaken for him quite often. And on the other hand, he got mistaken for me, which in turn I'd say you would feel honored. But the first day I seen Richard, and some of you older ones will understand this, he got out of the car and looked at it, and I was with a bunch of guys at the time, and he got a picture, a guy, and I'm sitting there thinking, all right, if he had a wooden mallet and a watermelon, he would look just like Gallagher, the comedian. So that's exactly who he looked like. I mean, he had long hair, had that mustache. If he just had that hat that Gallagher usually wore, I mean, he looked just exactly like him. All he needed to do was smash the watermelon. Little did I know that he was a talker. The boy could talk. Of course, every once in a while I'd use that to my advantage. We'd be sitting and eating, and I would bring up these guys probably know that. I'd bring up a subject, sometimes Bible, sometimes something about history, something like that, and he would get to talking, and I'd get up and leave. And they would be there 45 minutes later, an hour later, and he'd still be talking. So, and I would catch the devil from the guys later on, because I did that, and I would do that on a number of occasions. And you younger firefighters, whenever we would orientate you, I always enjoyed telling them that they had to go see Mr. Steiner for their little orientation with him, which usually lasted about 3 hours. I always got a kick out of that. But what I'm really going to miss with Steiner is, and y'all wouldn't understand this, and you farmers probably understand this. We love to trade insults with each other every day, and I know you know that.
Highlight of my day.
Highlight of my day. You know, HR is probably not here, and it's probably doing that. I mean, we probably say things to people, to each other, that would probably, you know, curl their hair. I mean, and I'm sure some of these younger firefighters probably didn't understand what we say to each other.
Damn, they're both here.
Oh, I'm not going to say it. No, wouldn't do that. But, because we have children here. And, but we would say things that would just be, you know, bad. But we knew that we were never serious, and we knew that we were always, it's always in bad taste, but we knew that we were always friends. Maybe the outside people that was listening didn't understand that, but we understood. And for 25 years, and I'd like to think we're still good friends, and I'm really going to miss you. I missed you when I walked out the door, and I still miss you. I miss sparring with you, and I call it sparring because that's what I would do. And I really miss it.
You know it's friendly when the axes stay on the truck. You know it's friendly when the axes stay on the truck.
Yes. And I know y'all are going to miss him. He's a valuable piece of information that's fixing to leave here. Y'all need to understand that. You're losing an asset, and he is truly an asset. And you're losing just a piece of, to me, a piece of history, a piece of information, a valuable piece of information.
Thank you.
We'll be right back after these commercial messages.
Here at Manchester Funeral Home, we know the importance of living and working in our local community because it's those families who we serve during their time of need honorably. We believe in supporting local business and offer only 100% Batesville caskets, the best in the industry and a driver of our local economy. If you want straightforward and fair pricing while working with the people you know, choose Manchester Funeral Home, serving your community since 1932. And pre-planning and pre-funding can be the best gift you ever leave your loved ones. Call us to pre-arrange. Manchester Funeral Home. Our family, caring for your family since 1932.
My great-grandfather started it in 1900, and now it's 2020, which is 120 years. We still measure your feet, still try to help you find a good fit. We're just a good old-fashioned shoe store where we'll measure your feet, make sure you're in the right size, and help you find a comfortable shoe for men, women, and children.
We're gonna fit your style. We're gonna make you smile. Service and quality at Clayton Shoe Store. We're gonna fit your style.
Ah, the glory days. Running to daylight on the gridiron. And chasing a ball with a mind of its own. Cheering the team to victory. And marching to the beat of your own drum. Memories that last a lifetime. But sometimes we're reminded of our glory days in ways we'd rather forget. Get back in the game.
The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live and play well.
Welcome back. January is Human Trafficking Awareness Month, and the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation is committed to understanding and fighting human trafficking. Our state has consistently been ranked among the best in the nation for its approach to this crime, as a growing number of advocates from law enforcement to nonprofits to government agencies have stepped up to play a part in the solution. Consider these facts. In the United States, on average, every 2 minutes, a child is bought or sold for sex. The average age of a child sold for sex is 13 years old. Human trafficking is the second fastest growing criminal industry, just behind drug trafficking. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation has prepared a series of videos to educate the public on the seriousness and dangers of this crime.
What is human trafficking? It isn't men snatching girls in parking lots. It's girls and women, boys and men, forced, tricked, groomed. Sold for sex or forced to work by someone, maybe even family. Profiting from their pain. It quietly happens every day in every part of Tennessee. But don't just watch out for yourself. We need you to watch out for warning signs of trafficking. Know what to do if you spot them, even if it's a stranger. Learn more at ithastostop.com.
Human trafficking is basically three parts. So you've got a person that's being sold for sex or labor, and then there's an exchange of goods, services, or money for that. And then the third part of that would be forced fraud or coercion. Now, when it comes to children, there just needs to be the exchange of goods, services, money for either that sex or labor, because by being a child, that forced fraud or coercion is already applied. So it's very similar to sex trafficking. You're going to have a person that's being coerced or forced into working for little to no pay, or to pay off a debt that seems to be impossible to pay off. Could be withheld, having their papers, documents that allow them to be in the country, or any identifying documents like that being withheld from them, and being paid very little. So it's very similar. You have an individual, there's work being done, and there's a forced fraud or coercion going on to keep that person in that work situation.
If you suspect someone may be a victim of human trafficking, call the Tennessee Human Trafficking Hotline at 1-855-558-6484. Your weather forecast is coming up after these messages.
Now open in Tullahoma, Parkview Senior Living, a luxurious retirement community designed for active seniors. Choose an apartment home that's truly inspired and have peace of mind knowing our caring and friendly staff is dedicated to your safety and well-being. We offer an abundance of amenities and services, and you're not required to buy in or be locked into anything. Call us today to learn more about our new Tullahoma location.
We're losing it, Doctor.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation. It's going to be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tullahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor, too, when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tullahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Before we start our weather forecast, we want to remember our good friend Hank Aaron. He was, at the time, I was a young man running a hotel in Atlanta, Georgia, when I first met Hank Aaron, as he lived in that hotel for about 2 months. And he was a truly great guy. We had many conversations as he would come in after the ball games at night talking about that game and his career and how he grew up and became a famous baseball star. He never acted like a famous star. He was just kind of an ordinary guy, someone you would love to sit around and talk to. And this was right before he broke Babe Ruth's record of 714 home runs. Hank went on to hit 755 home runs in his career and ended his career playing for the Milwaukee Brewers. Again, a great, great guy, and I probably didn't appreciate it as much as I should have at the time, but what a great honor to have known him. He was truly a great athlete and a great man. All right, we'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this day. Our record high was in 1975 at 72 degrees. The record low was in 1897 at minus 11 degrees. Average high on this day is 48 degrees, and the average low is 28. Mostly clear weather expected tonight with a low of 22. Mostly sunny weather in the forecast for Friday with a high of 48 and a low of 30. Clouds moving in for Saturday with a high of 52 and a low of 42. And that's our News Leader report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6, 8, and 10 for News Leader on 6. You have a good evening.